Hello, and thank you for listening to our presentation. Our group decided that our theme for this particular interdisciplinary unit plan would be laying down the law. In this particular presentation, we will be discussing how that exactly pertains to social studies. Our school is Liberty Christian Academy, which exists to support parents and guardians in their biblical responsibility to nurture and train their children. Thus, LCA provides opportunities which allow students to realize their God-given potential and to live lives that glorify God in the spiritual, academic, social, physical, and vocational realms. The character qualities that we want to teach our students during this particular unit are responsibility, respect, honesty, and initiative. We also will be some of the state and national standards. For national standards, we'll be covering NCSS 2, which provides for the study of the past and its legacy. NCSS 4, which includes experiences that provide for the study of individual development and identity. NCSS 6, which provides for the study of how people create, interact with, and change structures of power, authority, and governance. NCSS 9, which provides for the study of global connections and interdependence. And the final national standard is NCSS 10, which provides for the study of ideals, principles, and practices of citizenship in a democratic republic. We'll also be covering some Virginia state standards, including GOVT 3 and 4. GOVT 3 states that students will apply social science skills to understand the concepts of democracy by recognizing the fundamental worth and dignity of the individual, recognizing that all citizens are equal under the law, defining a citizen, and realizing how non-citizens can become citizens, and recognizing majority rule and minority rights. GOVT 4 states that students will be applying social science skills to understand the Constitution of the United States by evaluating the purposes for government as stated in the preamble and examining the fundamental principles upon which the Constitution of the United States is based, including the rule of law, consent of the governed, limited government, separation of powers, and federalism. We'll also be defining the structure of national government as outlined in the Constitution and analyzing and explaining the amendment process. So let me give you a quick overview of the social studies part of the IUP. Laying down the law is a perfect theme for us while we study the rule of law in the United States, which is first and foremost the Constitution and the way our forefathers set up our country, simply as a republic. We'll also be discussing citizenship. Why is it so special to become a United States citizen? And how can you become one? We'll also be discussing the Pledge of Allegiance and analyzing the key words in the pledge. Hopefully at the end of this study, students will have a renewed love for their country and flag. We'll also be discussing the preamble to the Constitution, national versus state government as outlined in the Constitution, and last but not least is my favorite, which is the Bill of Rights, where we will have an in-depth study of the first 10 amendments and what rights our founding fathers have guaranteed to each American citizen. The rest of the 90-day period will be included in the mapping section, where we will be discussing the Constitution in depth. I am so excited to make the Constitution and Bill of Rights come alive for middle schoolers today. Thank you so much for listening.